we're going to go over Unit 2's formative answers. So for number 1, it's the absolute value of negative 12. That's just 12 spaces away from 0. So remember, to explain, you need to be using these vocabulary words. So absolute value means the distance from 0. Distance is always positive, so the absolute value of 12 is 12. Number 2. So first, I took the absolute value of 19, which is 19. Then I subtracted 6 minus 1, which is 5. And then I found the absolute value of 5, which is 5. Then I added 19 and 5, and I got the sum is 24. So I use the words absolute value, distance, positive, and sum. On this one, the opposite of negative 56 is 56. The opposite of an integer has the opposite sign, which goes the opposite direction from 0. So a positive integer would be negative, and a negative would be positive. For question 4, so you need to change 6/8 into a decimal. So remember, this means 6 divided by 8. So we write 6 divided by 8. Remember, I'm looking for some work that is organized, which equals 0.75. And this is Xavier. Next, I have 7/10, and I need to change it into a decimal. So this means 7 divided by 10. 7 divided by 10, which is 0.7, or in this case, it's also 70 hundredths. And this is Susan. So who had the better average? Well, Xavier had the better free throw average because 0.75 is greater than 0.70, right? Or 0.7, doesn't matter. Both have, so when I looked at it, both have a 0 in the ones place and a 7 in the tens place. 0 and 7. Now I have to look at the hundredths place, okay? But the hundredths place is 5 and 0. So the 5 is greater than 0, so therefore 75 hundredths is greater than 70 hundredths. All right, so this is a withdrawal of $15. So look at your negative words. I gave you a list. Make sure you look at that list. Withdrawal means negative, so you're taking the money out. So it's negative 15. Don't put the dollar sign. And then it says, explain the meaning of 0 in this situation. That's the amount that the bank started with. When you're describing, explaining the meaning of zeros, you want the word started or before, something like that, or the beginning. For this one, it's a gain of 45 points. So a gain is a positive, so that means that it's positive 45. I don't need to write plus 45 here, just the 45 is fine. To explain the meaning of 0 is the amount of points we had before the gain in 45 points. Okay? So now we need to figure out, we need to replace this circle with an inequality and also then explain the reasoning using our vocabulary, using the words absolute value, opposites, negative, positive, greater, less than, fraction, repeating, anything that will help you. Okay? So negative 8 is less than 5. Negative 8 is less than 5 because a negative is always less than a positive. 4, the absolute value of 4 is equal to 4. So that's what I said. So the absolute value of 4 is 4. So, oops. So this should be equal, the absolute value. Oh, yeah. So 4 equals 4. That's fine. And then last, I have negative 2/3 is less than 6/10. 6/10 is positive and 2/3 is negative, so negative is always less than a positive. So I use negatives and positives. I didn't use opposites because it never told me to do an opposite, so I didn't need to use that word. I did say greater than or less than both times, right? I didn't need greater than this time. I didn't talk about fraction. I didn't really need to, and I didn't really need to talk about repeating. But however, if you are going to talk about a repeating decimal, you should probably mention the word repeating. So I noticed that most people got these questions wrong. So I would definitely probably put something like this on your reference sheet. So what you have to do is, it does say that you need to scale your number line, right? Skip count. Do easy numbers to skip count by. Is it 5s, 10, 15, 20, 25? Or is it by 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s? Is it hundreds? 100, 200, 300. Depending on what your set or your numbers are, that's what you determine your skip counting by. It could be by ones. It could be by twos. You have to decide what you skip count by. But this is the first thing that you do before you plug these or put those points in there. Okay? So I would even go through the first thing that I did actually when I created this. I just wrote less and greater on every single question. Okay? And then I said, okay, I put an arrow there. That was my next thing because it said least to greatest. So I went the less and then I went greater. That tells me that I'm going to be picking these numbers up. I'm looking for organization here. Okay. So this tells me that once I find my numbers, then I pick them up from here this way. Okay. So on this one here, I'm looking at the set. I see that my lowest is 8 and my highest is, well, probably 79. That's a pretty big distance. So you need to make sure that you get all those numbers on there. Okay, so I skip counted by 10. Some of you skip counted by 8, which is fine. And I'll show you that just in a minute, what that would look like. Okay, so once you skip count, then you can plot the points. You put a dot everywhere they are. So 8 is here, 16 is before 20, 30 is on 30, 64 is after 60, and 79 is right before 80. And then you put these numbers here because it helps to pull them out. So less would be 8 to greatest is, least to greatest is 8, and then 16, 30, 64, 79, and then you put your answers here from least to greatest. Okay, so if you skip counted by 8, you could look something like this, or you could have started with 8, it didn't matter, right? So you go 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. I should see this written down. Next, then you would plot the 8, the 16. 30 isn't on there. That's okay, but it is between 24 and 32, so you put it here. 64 is on there, so it's right there. And then 79 is right before 80, okay? And then it works just the same, okay? So it doesn't matter. Both are correct. There's multiple ways that you can do it, but these, I would say, are the two best. All right, so my set is all negatives, and I see a -6, and then I go to -5. This is a big span too, so we need to make sure that we get everything in, but it's not as big as this one, right? You could skip count by 10s if you wanted to, right? You could have gone -10, 20, 30, 40, right? But see how it's squished? I can tell that I can go a little bit further, so I counted by 5. So -5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Right? And I have my less than and my greater than labeled. Okay? I have -45 is right here. -18 is between the 15 and the 20. Okay? And then I have -10, and then here's -12 between -10 and 15. And -6 is right next to the -5. Okay, and as less to greater, so then I pull these numbers here. So I go 45, -18, -12, and -6 going this way here. And then you put your least to greatest number here. What I noticed some of you doing is you are just putting in the numbers. You're just going, oh, 45, -45, -18, -12, and -6. This is wrong. You can't do that. That is not the same increments, okay? You can't skip count like that. So that's wrong. Don't do it. And it's super messy. The other thing that I've seen you guys doing is this, where you just put your skip counting. Maybe it's -10, -12, right? And then -14, something like that. And then you have a -13, and you're like, let's put -13 in here with a line. Right? We don't graph it with line, we need to graph it with dots. And here it is, the last missed question that was probably the biggest question that was missed, is graphing these from greatest to least. So I put the greater, less, right? I'm going to go this way. I counted by hundredths, right? Like owing 60 cents, 61 cents, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, and 68, right? So I'm talking hundredths here. I converted this into a decimal. When I did negative 2, right, divided by 3, I got this negative 0.66 repeating, right? So that's how I figured out that. Then I have the 6/10, and I changed it to 60 hundredths, which is the same thing, right? I just added a 0 to it. All right. So then I plotted this 2/3 and this 60 hundredths and this, where's the other one? The negative 66 hundredths on here. So I know that this is 6/10. This is my original number. Put my original number on there, right? Which is this one here. Okay. These are equal. Then the next easier one is this green one here, right? Negative 66 hundredths. And you put that dot there. Next is my 2/3, right? It's almost 267, but not quite. So it's right here. So this is negative 2/3. And you put the dot here, and I wrote negative 2/3. When you're writing it here, make sure that's the original numbers in your answer. And this is greatest to least. So I took these numbers going from greater, so negative 0.6, negative 0.66, and then negative 2/3. All right, that's it.